wanna see the flame, so don't spark the match. We like rookie Kurt Angle, make your ankle snap. Three amigos like Eddie, but don't lie, you steal. Only cheat when we gotta, but to win we will. Mike skills like Dusty, but go hard like Brock. I'm a stunner like Austin, dropping elbows like Mach. Y'all don't wanna see the finish, cause it's us on top. 1, 2, 3, get the V and get a warrior pop. Yo!
What is going on, guys? It is your boy Wilbur here for the Bump Boys, aka Mr. _ Wilbur's 95, aka Will, aka King William. And I just finished watching the Pat McAfee Show. So if you don't know, Pat McAfee, former NFL kicker and punter, and he is the current commentator on SmackDown with Michael Cole. He hosts a very popular sports show where he interviews a ton of celebrities, sports celebrities, and he had on the chairman of the board, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and it was amazing to have Vincent Kennedy McMahon. If you know Vince McMahon, the bastard, the boss, he was on the Pat McAfee Show. I believe it's been 14 to 15 years since we've had a live sit-down interview with Mr. McMahon. Now, one of the more popular interviews was a late night interview when Vince was being challenged on, the controversies with the whole WWF Attitude Era. Now we're in the WWE era, so we got to kind of pick the brains of Vince through our boy Pat. So these are the top 5 things I learned from the show. Let's get into it. And I'm not going to do no edits or nothing because I'm on pure raw reaction. Number 5, Vince is a gangster. Yo, this just only clarified. Vince is very calm, collective, cool, but just some of the stories that Vince has, some of the things, his mindset when he was a kid, he always thought that, you know what? Who cares if you get your ass whooped or beat as long as you survived or you won the fight, as long as you survived it too as well. At the end of the day, if you didn't die, you can learn something for it. Vince, he'll throw these, you know what I'm saying? He'll throw the 1 and the 2-piece combo. Vince does not care. This man is a gangster. Number 4, Vince was gonna not flunk out of college, but Vince wasn't gonna graduate on time. 1, from high school, because he didn't like to study. He wasn't a big fan of schooling and all that kind of stuff. But also 2, the university that he went to, he was also gonna potentially not graduate on time with the rest of his class. So Vince went to school, I believe it was at West Virginia University. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below. But Vince ended up basically needing an A- to kind of correct his grades, and he only had a B+. So the gangster that Vince is Vince was like, you know what? I'm not going to graduate, so let me go find the addresses of the teachers, and let me go and confront them. In my greatest Vince McMahon voice. And so Vince went to his 2 professors and basically was like, hey, if I don't get my grade changed from a B+ to an A-, I'm not going to graduate. Graduate. One take, that's all we do. I'm not going to graduate. And Vince basically in the interview was like, I had nothing to lose. So Vince, I guess one of the teachers was like, sure. Yeah, I'll do it for you. And I guess another teacher, he didn't even get a chance to make it inside his house. The teacher was like, the fuck you doing here? And Vince was like, I need you to change this grade, da-da-da-da. And then the professor was like, I'm going to call the cops on you. And before he could close the door, I guess Vince put his foot in the door and was like, well, I need you to change that grade. And then Vince was just like in the best way that Vince could do it. Vince was like, he could call the cops, but let's just know that. And he ended up smacking the microphone on Pat McAfee. He's like, I would have bitch smacked him if he did some shit like that. So this only confirms Vince is a gangster, but also Vince did not like schooling or anything like that. Now, one thing that I already knew, but also maybe some fans didn't know, Vince did not grow up wealthy. A lot of people assume, oh my God, Vince, he's dealing with the Saudi money. He has this multi-billion-dollar company, stocks, the former XFL, all this kind of thing. Vince must have grew up from a silver spoon. That is not the case. Vince grew up in a trailer park home. His dad, throughout the whole wrestling industry and everything like that, didn't have the most money. So Vince grew up in a trailer home, obviously traveling and stuff like that from the small time beings. Obviously learned a lot of the wrestling business from his father, of course, but Vince didn't grow with a silver spoon. Vince understands what the meaning of a dollar is. Vince, and the best word is that I can explain it is stupendous. Vince went from nothing to all these zeros in the bank account. So guys, there's one thing you need to know. Vince McMahon, he will show you. He's living proof. You can start from something. You may even not like school or anything like that, but if you just keep working toward it, putting your mind toward it, you can do anything. Number 2, and this is the one thing that I feel like a lot of people at the end of the day didn't really know, is Vince McMahon Vince McMahon created a lot of the things obviously that we're accustomed to, but a lot of people don't know this. Vince McMahon did create the Stone Cold persona. It wasn't Stone Cold himself sorry, that came up with this full idea. Vince had a lot of say and a lot of creative ideas when it came to, everybody hates their boss, or there's bosses that are asshole. Look at Horrible Bosses 2. That whole movie concept it's true. You may have some bosses that you can't give a fuck about. So how about you just go and whoop his ass versus killing him? How about we go and whoop his ass? So Vince was the mastermind, obviously, behind a lot of the Undertaker things. Of course, behind the Stone Cold. A little say within The Rock and everything like that. And number 1, I'm going to go with number 1. If you guys didn't know this, once again, I knew this, but this even confirmed it. Vince is a very humble guy. Vince is in his 70s. He's getting older. Vince understands the way the world works. Vince understands, there's a lot of things that go into making a superstar and stuff like that. And that's the one thing I will say when it comes to, and I've always said this to myself, and Vince has said on the show, whether you're a wrestler or a promoter or anything like that, let's say you want to be a WWE superstar. You're not a pro wrestler, you're a WWE superstar. There's some acting involved. There's mic skills. Like he said, anyone could wrestle. Look at Brock Lesnar. Anyone could wrestle. But being able to touch that mic, being able to act, being able to get the crowd to love you, hate you, boo you, yeah, hate me, all that kind of stuff, Vince understands what it takes. So Vince is a very patient guy, and he's also very humble. And I also learned, this is a cool little fact, Vince can squat 1,000 pounds. So I guess Vince was doing some squats and he was showing squatting 1,000 pounds. I did not know that. I thought it was fake weights. Nah, Vince got them tree trunk legs. Vince can definitely, he'll put you on your ass. Vince is strong. So guys, if you didn't get a chance to see the Pat McAfee Show, go watch it. It was a great interview. Once again, theoretically, this is like a 1 in every 2 decade kind of interview. This is like seeing Halley's Comet. We got to see a live interview with Vince McMahon, taking a time out of his busy day, obviously, of course, to promote WrestleMania, but also to allow one of his employees, Mr. McAfee, to interview him. And it was amazing for us as the fans. I watched the whole interview. It was smooth. It was beautiful. Go check it. I'll put the link in the description box below to the Pat McAfee. Obviously, he has millions of subscribers, so I'm just saying, if you haven't seen it, quickest way to go see it, I'll put it in the link in the description box below. It's been your boy Wilbur from the Bump Boys. Peace.
Must bid you adieu, a goodbye, mwah, and good night. Oh my God, it's so great. Bang!